You're listening to Southampton Spectrum on Voice FM. So, Mabel, we're into the bad news.
Yeah. We've started the news segment now. So, our first story for the weekend is about, unfortunately, a Reform UK run council which has withdrawn funding for County Durham's Pride event.
Yeah, this is not good.
No, it's not. This is, I'd like to say, a semi-large Pride event. In 2023, they welcomed 20,000 people. A bit less what Southampton Pride gets, I think.
It's supposed to drag in a lot of people from the surrounding areas, and it's a lot of tourists.
Yeah, no, absolutely though. So this is a fairly large event, I'd like to say, though, especially for maybe an area that doesn't have, say, a notable queer community necessarily, or known for being a queer area, like, you know, compared to Manchester and stuff like that. So, yeah, again, sizable event. They were getting about £10,000 invested from the council.
It's a lot for a Pride.
It is, for a council to spend on it. And the deputy leader for the council, again from UK run, Councillor Grimes, has said that Durham won't be getting a single penny from the council next year. This is
beginning to worry me because Reform are getting involved in woke politics at a council level.
They are. They're stopping. I understand with money, maybe reducing the amount, for example, that's invested in queer events and stuff like that. But they're banning flags from being raised. Something that's, you know, free to do, other than what, maybe half an hour it takes to get a pride flag up. They're really getting personal in a way. And of course, when we talked about the books being removed from the children's section.
Kent Council.
Yeah, for the Autistic Trans Guides for Life, which happens to be in the children or young adult section. Yeah, no, it is very personal what they are doing.
It's very interesting, you know, because I'm fortunate enough to be a councillor myself, and, you know, I'm on the grant aid committee, and, you know, we're talking about all the organisations that we're going to give money to. We're, you know, one comes to mind, we helped fund the local community centre's laptop for their theatre room. And, you know, it's small things like that, but a Pride event is one of many organisations that could come forward to any council, and the grant committee is there, specifically there, to go through the applications and deem it worthy or not.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that in this scenario, the council decided that it was not worthy to give not just a small amount, but no money at all.
Yeah, no, the Councillor Grimes, did also say that they'd that for the County Durham, their budgets would be spent on services everyone rely on, not on flying the latest alphabet flag for the professional offence industry. It is very hate-filled, the words that are being used there.
It does feel homophobic or transphobic, or, you know, I think the wording is a key element, and sometimes you just got to call this out, because that's really not appropriate wording to come from someone who's been granted a power to be
professional at all. Calling prides, the the rights movement for trans and LGBTQIA+ people, the professional offence industry. It's like, where's this coming from? Like, how mask off can this be for just pure and simple hatred? The Durham Pride event, they are starting to innovate in response to this, because of course it is a lot of money that they're going to be using from this. So in response, they're partnering with the Durham Miners Association and the Trades Union Congress to fundraise for future events.
That's good news.
For anyone who is maybe interested in supporting these, to make sure that the Pride event can keep on happening, can fill in the gap in the budget that's being created from this more or less hatred. The first event is going to be held at Red Hills Durham Miners Hall on the 5th of September.
Okay, the thing that worries me is if they wanted to get really personal and deny road closures to the Pride event and try and shut it down that way by not allowing it to take place. Councils can do that.
And it does feel like they're kind of testing the waters to see what they can get away with.
How much they can push the envelope.
There is definitely a time and place with the councils kind of thing. When New Forest Pride was going to happen in Lymington on a Saturday, you know, they were saying that we couldn't have the road closure, primarily for the factor that there's a market on a Saturday. So there's a trading charter that's been, you know, 800 years in the making. It's understandable. But the council said we would do it, just move it to a different day. Don't do it on a Saturday, do it on a Sunday, and that would be okay. And so it's nice to know that some councils will have your back, but in this sense, it is definitely that worry of are they going to lock it down even more? And no Pride event deserves this. I've never been to Durham Pride, but I can speak for myself that no Pride event should ever go through this type of hatred.
Yeah, no, it's not on at all, really. And I think this is where it comes into play, maybe for the past 10 years or so, of course, where it's not been relatively, compared to, the 60s and stuff like that, it's not been that bad for queer events, that I think we need to remember that we are a protest, first and foremost. And maybe if they do try and stop marches there, if they do become, again, very, very militant in their politics and what they decide to do, and whether Pride events can take place full stop, I think that's when we need to remember that we do have the right to protest and to organise and march on otherwise.
I think we're going to see more of this from reform councils.
It does worry me. It does worry me that, to see if this did happen maybe closer to home, of course, in the southeast.
Yeah, and we've got devolution next year. Let's hope it will go as well. Hannah?
I have nothing to do with devolution, don't look at me. I'm trying to stop it.
Yeah, if you're listening, listener, please do not want to vote reform. All right, join us after this.